Oh, that's a hot main character.
Okay, so this is an origin story, I think, or a prequel of the first game.
Oh, okay. So I don't have to know the first game.
No, I think it does like lead into some things. I actually don't even remember a lot of the events of the first game.
I'll just trust you. Thing.
But you have,
what were you saying?
you have like runners or whatever, because everything's like monitored, so it's like this dystopian. What were you gonna say?
I was gonna say it's way too realistic.
So the mocap is a little uncanny, I feel like. Oh, hot.
Yeah, it's kind of kinky.
There's a little bit of like twitching too to some of that.
Yeah, I think her face is a little too realistic. It looks a little bit like from like a mask on her face.
It's tricky because as soon as you have like more detail on a face, like if you don't have the animation strength to match it, it like kind of gets.
Yeah.
I wonder if this is pre-rendered. It kind of looks real time, but I like don't know.
How can you tell the difference?
Some stuff like you just can't achieve in a lot of like real-time engines, so you can sometimes tell. But
I love how you can tell the villains because they have like face masks. Is it? But this isn't a game with like a lot of fighting, though, right?
it's meant to be like you have to like do parkour
That's
or
fun.
like running instead of fighting. But the first game was actually super frustrating with a lot of its like fighting. Ooh, so it looks like we're gonna go right into it.
Oh, nice.
And this premise is like,
Yeah, I always just worry about games you can't like identify with the villains. Like, I'm also having like really evil villains, but I think like the portrayal of violence in like definitely in movies is something I'm like really concerned about. But if this game
but they're
isn't
not like human.
yeah, if this game isn't very violent,
Well,
then
you
it's
think
not, like,
about the
an
villains
issue.
that we have today. Sometimes I wonder.
Yeah.
Oh, that's interesting. Okay, so the first game was kind of like you do parkour, and there's like all these like optimal ways or whatever, and you have to like kind of keep up your momentum, because if you don't keep up your speed, you can slow down, and then you might not be able to make jumps, and people catch you and like beat you up and stuff. So the idea is that you want to like keep flow and momentum. There's a lot of like glare.
Okay.
I feel like it might actually be doing real time instead of pre-rendered.
Yeah, this is real time.
Yeah, well, this isn't the gameplay, but sometimes the cutscenes,
Yeah.
it's harder to tell. Okay.
Oh, I hate the hands.
So, well, the thing about hands is, they can help you like be less dizzy.
Yeah.
Or it like kind of helps. So the colors are really important in this world, but to me, sometimes they're like a little too much. Like I get what they're going for, but sometimes it just looks just really video gamey.
You mean like
so
the
typically
red,
you
the
would
blue,
just
the
like.
yellow?
So you're supposed to like. So what's interesting here is that you had a lot of light coming into this, and you see like those two guards. I don't know where they went. So you have this like pole when you come down these stairs. Well, first of all, you see it's interesting because you see this door first, and it's like red. But this was also kind of lit up, so it kind of gives you the sense like you're being pulled towards this.
You think that area, the bus?
Yeah, well, that was like that's the quote unquote what you're supposed to do. But then you see this, and the red is like really important, so that's like kind of teaching you what to look out for in this gameplay. And then it's like, oh hey, we're gonna go the back route or whatever. So it's kind of teaching you a little bit about how to read the environment.
Still no faces. He's wearing sunglasses too. Yeah.
Well,
so,
eyes are tricky actually. So
is that why?
well, I don't know. It could just be the design thing. But
Okay.
this thing looks stupid.
Yeah. So you're saying that like the red and the yellow and the blue are all really important.
That's, yeah, in the
for
first
teaching
game,
you?
it's like, oh, it kind of tells you like very important information about the environment.
And this is like the UI stuff.
This is kind of cool.
Yeah, I like this.
I think this is supposed to be like, you'll see.
Okay. You're the one fun. Did she say there's something wrong with this?
So this is supposed to be like what everyone else sees.
Uh-huh.
And it's like this dystopian thing.
Yeah. Oh, so she can't have a girl life? And then play. How long has she been in prison? Did she not have one before? Nice. Shit.
Okay. So this is gonna be the running tutorial.
Nice. What's the red figure?
Okay. So this is what you're supposed to do. You're supposed to like... Oh, you have to like... Run? How am I... Oh, okay. I have to hold this down to run. You know, it's interesting. They don't tell you that the
We're gonna die.
trigger is running.
Yeah, it's a tutorial. So, L1.
Oh. Am I holding the right button?
Do you jump on it and then... Ooh,
There we
you
go.
got up there.
It's a little tricky because like... Actually, I think the last... I don't know if it was the same in the last game, but jump was... Good. The jump was actually the other side, the other button.
I actually am pretty into the colors so far though.
Yeah, it's meant to be pretty like minimal. Oh, that's supposed to be.
Yeah, I think it is like a little too red, like the bright colors.
Right.
But I'm like, I think
But
it's only the
You
red.
have to see like the original game because it has this like really super diffuse look. Ooh.
Yeah.
Ooh.
Oh my gosh.
So that's supposed to teach you. Oh, that's a slide. I see. Okay. It's tricky because I always forget.
Yeah. I think it's like because in the beginning I saw like the prison and it looked very classic, like super modern, like slick sci-fi. And then here it's like kind of gritty but slick too. It's kind of.
Well, I think that's obviously you're supposed to like contrast between like, oh, this is what everyone else sees.
Oh yeah, and then like the
and
world she's
what's-
living in is less so.
Yeah.
Oh, is something wrong with it?
I'm just gonna check the chat just to make sure that this is. Yeah.
Are you gonna put your headphones back on?
No, I'm just using them for. Yeah. I just wanted to see what it was like.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. I was just checking my phone. Just to make sure. There we go. Okay. Got it, sorry.
Wait, I'll let you figure out this attack thing. Oh, jeez.
That part's kind of cheesy. I feel like the UI for that is kind of lazy.
To the fight?
Oh, that's the same. Yeah. Okay. They actually don't tell you to run. You have to like. Ooh.
Let's see.
Oh, okay. It's getting hard.
The red like skeleton is like the example, right? It doesn't
Yeah.
stay there forever.
No, it's just kind of like telling you how to
Yeah.
like.
It's really
train
interesting.
you. It's interesting because like I see what they're doing now, where it's like the higher button is a jump, and then the lower button is like a slide. So I feel like that's kind of intuitive. To me, controls for these kinds of games are super important. So it's just
Phoenix Carpenter.
Okay.
Oh god. Okay. These things are so hard.
Yeah, I hate these.
Name's Faith.
Yeah.
Hmm. Where'd your friend
It's a
go?
wall run. I don't know. This is like the tutorial, so he's somewhere. Oh, you can only run so far. Okay.
Okay.
So it's a wall run to get out of this. That would be interesting. So you have to like clear it. Yeah, I guess you have to like time it right. Ooh. Yeah, so timings are really important, which is like kind of
Do you like that kind of thing?
satisfying. Yeah, no, timing I think is an important element to these kinds of games because it sort of like introduces this element of like mastery. And I think a lot of Souls games and like fighting games are kind of built on this like mastery of timing.
Souls games?
Souls. Like Dark Souls.
Oh yeah.
I'll show you. I'll show you at some point. Can I just hold this tonight? Okay.
Yeah, so it's like a craft you can improve on.
Yeah, it's just like really pleasing when you can get it right.
Yeah, I think that's why that kind of game is kind of a little alienating to me because I am not really like very good at that. I don't have the patience for it. Maybe
It's
if I get better
tricky.
at games, I'll like it more.
Yeah.
I think there's some games you can play and not be good at games and still enjoy them, but there's some games like this which I don't think I'd be like could enjoy for a while because I think I just would have to get good.
Oh,
Submit.
can I just like walk past him?
Or like that he yells submit. That's like
Yeah.
so like dystopian. Like who the fuck would say that? That is like I feel like that's something
It's
that
really cheesy. I feel like this like
it's yellow.
it's too obvious sometimes.
Yeah, it's like I think it's interesting in worlds like this. Like I understand they don't want to animate more people, but it feels like really empty.
Yeah. No, that was one of the issues with the first game.
And I guess I don't know what kind of like things the world is trying to get across yet, but I do like seeing dystopians with like normal people in them that aren't like fighting against the system.
Yeah.
Because I feel like the main issue I have with dystopians is often like
It's hard to relate.
yeah. Well, I think that the issue I have is that like they're like it's dystopian, it's bad because the main character's like suffering from it. But then I'm like, well, how does everyone else like have different experiences that are also like bad with it? So I feel like
Ooh.
I think that's something that bothers me with dystopia and like how people are alive, like how people actually like living day to day when it's so bad.
Mm-hmm.
I want to see people like living with the oppressive regime and like suffering, but like kind of just doing their thing.
Right.
Because I feel like I hate it when I can like start doing math and like wait, everyone should be dead. You know?
Wait, what do you mean?
Like in games where they're like, oh, these people died from this and they couldn't go to school, like there was no school, so they all suffered.
crap.
When I'm like, that's fine, but like people don't just like chill and like let themselves be like destroyed.
Right.
Like even if they're not like the chosen one, they're still gonna have
Yeah,
like
no,
try to
that's
put
true.
systems in place.
So like kind of like this like passive resistance.
Yeah, so I like it when like in dystopians and there's like some kind of like you enter like a like you meet new people and they have like some kind of structure that's like holding them in place. Oh sorry, I'll let you focus.
Yeah. I just can't tell when it's like supposed to.
Yeah, I mean, there obviously there's no one else on the fucking rooftops when it's raining in the middle of the night, but it'd be a little annoying if she didn't ever talk to anyone else. Sorry, I'll stop distracting you.
No, it's okay. I just can't tell like when I'm like able. The thing that's actually really frustrating with this game is you don't know where you are and you don't know when
Yeah.
you. So that's why the first one was a little difficult because first person platformers, so there's like a lot of like unknowns to it that's like really hard to like for a
I
player.
mean, like, you don't know where you are, like, in the
The
city? or-
feedback, yeah, the feedback isn't as like, oh, I know I'm here.
Yeah, I can't really tell what the
And I
pole
can't.
is.
The thing for me that's like really hard is like some of the. See, I should have like kept going for that, but I
Yeah.
can't tell.
Oh, you
that's
made
cool.
it.
Yeah, I can't tell when
Oh.
something requires a button press or when it's done automatically.
Yeah. Oh, yeah, I know what you mean. Like, did I grab it and have to press a button, or did I grab it and not
And it's just like
walk to it?
automatic. And sometimes I
Oh,
can't
Jesus
tell.
Christ, man. Oh, my God.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Not scripted. It's interesting you could see her reflection in that. Because typically you don't see character reflection, so I thought that was kind of interesting.
Yeah.
Because you know, it's not even that noticeable, but the fact that they did have it.
You
was
said it
like-
was scripted, right? Like,
Yeah,
she has
so
to
I
follow them?
wonder, yeah, if
if
it
they
was
just,
like
like-
pre-rendered or something.
Yeah, that would make sense.
Yeah.
I hate, like, that yellow, like, red, like, figure keeps me think blood, even though I know it's just, like, the tutorial. I keep thinking, wow, that's, like, a fucking blood stream. I hate that they all look the same.
Yeah, a lot of the designs aren't as. Yeah.
But that's just, like, my personal beef with, like, NPC type people.
Oh, crap.
Yeah, I guess, like, basically, like, what really bothers me about world building is when I can't imagine what everyone else is doing. You know? I'm like, no one else is actually
Am I
ever
supposed
trying to
grab
do
that, or am I supposed
anything.
to just hop up? Oh no. Okay.
And like to me that like I feel like dystopians, like the best dystopians or like the type where like the people in control are like trying to figure out. They're like, oh, people act like this, we can do that because we don't respect them. Like we don't care about the autonomy, we're just gonna use them. And then like when game makers are like, okay, there's like the chosen one will fight back and they'll save everything. That's kind of like the same kind of like we don't care about the individual autonomy of like these random like normal people. Like that kind of feels like the same to me. It's because like I feel like I like it sometimes when the character is like a when like they save people and they help people in dystopias when like the main character does that. I'm like that's good. But also because it's like an audience stand-in because we're like, oh sorry, I'm like distracting you.
No, it's okay. I should be able to like do this on my own. I'm trying to like do both though.
Yeah.
Because I feel like I love talking to you about this kind of stuff.
Yeah. Yeah, well I was just thinking that like when it's just like the main character and she's like so obviously like this is the audience because fuck you're gonna die. Like because it's like first person, so it is us. We're like exploring this world.
Right.
And because of that I feel like we're just like kind of like we're like the only one who can save people, and I feel like that's like not like a good response to like the kind of dystopian world that's like people falling in line and they're under control of the government. And I want like lots of people to have agency when that happens. I want like I want to see that like I feel like when it's just one person fighting back, we don't really see any other kinds of resistance from like
that's
the
not
people
as
you can't play
relatable.
as.
I feel like to like how people survive in these kinds of
I
games.
want to see how people are surviving, and I want to see like a good view of people. Because I feel like dystopias that are like people suck and they're the worst and I'm gonna save them anyway. It's like you're just feeding into the same bullcrap that like the villain government, like the corrupt corporations are doing when they're like we can control people and put them in line. That's like literally the same idea of like how people are and how they work.
Just like viewing them as like
it's like something you can use. So like
with like autonomy.
Like some numbers and like you can put together and like stack and like they have this response or that. Like I understand it's hard to like script and code like a lot of different characters, but I want to see like little signs of resistance.
No, I think there's definitely ways to like go around that kind of thing and like vignettes.
Yeah, that's just something that really bothers me in a world or a fantasy or a game or movie, and I'm like I think about like what everyone else is doing. And first of all, if I cannot think of anything that anyone else is doing, then I can't even engage in the game at all.
There was a really interesting conversation I saw someone having in dev community on Twitter about like, did this city you ever played in a video game make you nostalgic for it, blah, blah. And it was kind of interesting because a lot of people were like, you know, sometimes I can't relate to the cities in video games. And it had to do more with the people than the place. Yeah. Because like what makes a city is the people in it or like the culture. And I thought that was really interesting.
Yeah. Well, building is cool, but I need like a cool like community. I want to see like my ideal game would be like a homeless community and like people of like living in these buildings and like kind of like ducking out of your way. I want to see life, and I want to see that like I want to know how the game makers feel about people who are in this situation.
Right. Okay.
Like, how do you feel about people who are like under a oppressive regime? Like, how do you think they should respond? Like, how do you judge people who aren't like going against the system but are still trying to survive? You know, that's just something that I like. If I can't think of what they're doing, I can't engage. And if I can think about it, but I feel like they're not really doing anything except giving up, that's also really annoying. I can't think of like a movie or a game or anything recently that I read or watched that I was actually happy with how like the quote-unquote NPCs were acting. Well, Night in the Woods obviously, but that's different.
Night in the Woods is very like I love games with like big oh there we go.
But
with
like
big casts.
That game is also about that, so it's like hard to be like a game that's like not really about like this huge cast but still like cares about the individual people who aren't like there's people here.
Yeah. Hang on, I have to like turn off the.
Yeah, I'm trying to think of something like a dystopia or a movie or some kind of film I watched or read recently. Or I can't like that really actually cared about like people like that weren't NPCs.
Oh wait.
It was like, okay, I think people are like, people actually will have agency and people will actually fight even if they're not special and super enlightened.
Oops.
I feel like that's the kind of ideology of like people who live in like super insulated like liberal communities that are like, all those other assholes aren't as smart as me about all these different issues.
No,
that's like the kind of like vibe I get from so many like white dude game makers are like talking about oppressive societies. They're like, oh man, if only everyone was as smart as me, then this world would be a better place.
Right.
You know, and that's how I feel when like the main character of the game is the only one who actually does anything.
Right. That's interesting.
Sorry, that was like a long-winded topic, but that's like one of the main things I care about in Worlds is like basically like the general everyone else except for me.
Right.
And it's really frustrating when the only people we interact with are. Sorry, I'll stop distracting you.
No, that's cool. Just like keep talking because it's like.
Yeah, you don't have to respond. I'll just ramble. But like when the only people we interact with, especially in this like oppressive regime, are like the villains. That's also annoying. I also hate it when there's like NPCs who we care about but they die. Like all of them die and it's just to like fuel the protagonist. Or they're just killing like little girls off screen. They're like, oh, this little girl died, they're so evil. And it's like, I think that's another sign of like not respecting the average person enough to give them like their own arc of like redemption or healing or agency. It's like it's really hard for games, I think, because like it is like so much work. And it's like a lot of work to add like a character or two, but I don't even think they really need that much dialogue. I think they just need to have a chance of like getting away or like running out or like I think you need to be able to save people. I loved in Bioshock when you could like save the little girls. That made me really happy because I felt
but you
like
you could also not save.
Yeah,
them.
I know. I would never do that though.
So well, the cool thing about that kind of thing is that it gives you.
Yeah, I think it's cool to have an option.
This sense of like guilt if you didn't do it, because guilt's actually a pretty important emotion that you can act on with games.
Yeah, I love that. That was so good.
Actually, there's I remember reading a Gamma Sutra paper about this. It was like guilt, pride, and like oh Jesus, springboard, wall run, jump.
Yeah, I think guilt is good for even like players who aren't used to caring about people. Like they're like, okay, whatever. I just want to get past this part. I think if you can guilt them into doing that, that's fine. You know. Wait, you were talking. You focused. Sorry.
Nailed it.
I'm just trying to think of like a single movie or show. If actually, no, there has been some that I liked. We're good with how they.
I haven't been talking about the environment as much.
Oh yeah, we should.
But if you saw like the original game, you wouldn't see anything like this. And it actually kind of reminds me of like Portal, where you kind of like introduce some of this like environmental kind of stuff in. But it's the first one was very sanitized and like it almost felt like just like a plastic like rendering of a
like
city with like no people in it except for like the enemies. It had a lot of like this Lambert sort of diffuse shading. But in this new game, they're showing off all these like what's it called? Like PBR rendering.
So they have like the waving like cloth things and stuff.
Right. And it's just like more like realistic. And I think that can go either way because now it feels like a city and like something that you can relate to more as a person, whereas the first game was kind of like sort of like this Lambert. And I kind of feel like it gave this sense of like otherworldly or like fictional, but it was like hard to relate to it. And sort of like having this naturalistic rendering and then having more like lived-in city kind of feel in addition to like the shiny.
I like the graffiti, but this actually doesn't feel like way more
like the same.
I do want more like trash in the ground, but I don't like so particular.
Yeah, no, I don't know. I
guess
like
I can't compare
having
it.
both of these things is kind of nicer because it actually feels like a city.
Yeah, it does feel like a city.
Do you want to try the tutorial? Let's continue.
Yeah, I really like it. I do really like the buildings a lot. I think the graffiti is fun and like the water everywhere. It feels gross. I like that.
Ooh.
That was cool.
That reflection.
That was definitely
cool.
Cool.
You're supposed to like hit them into each other. I didn't see the second one. Oh god. See, if you had fucked that up in the first game, you would have just been dead because they would have just shot you.
Oh yeah, did you get shot in the first game?
The first game just like didn't do combat as interestingly.
So she can fight really well?
She can fight better than she did in the first game, I would say.
That's funny.
Like really bad at traversal.
Ooh, it's so pretty. I like this. I really like this.
Yeah.
I like the lighting so much.
Lighting, yeah.
This lighting's so good. Well, it's a little plasticky there, but this is good. I like how there's like a lot of different light temperatures. They're doing a lot of those
like cheesy shadow things, which is really fun.
What do you mean cheesy shadow things?
That's like the second time that you've had like a weird shadow.
Oh, the shatter. I thought the
Yeah.
shadow. I was like, what?
Yeah.
I love how there's so many different, like, there's like the cool light and
I
the
like
warm
that
light.
they're having a lot of these fight things here. Because it kind of shows like, hey, we improved our combat a little bit. Because this is the most frustrating thing about the first game, but
was the lack of fighting?
no, it's just like the way that the fighting was done. It was just like so frustrating.
I really do wish
you
we could see her. I'd way rather play a third person than a
because
first
then you could
person.
like sort of relate. But I like.
Plus, I think it's cool that we have a female Asian protagonist.
Oh yeah, that's also.
It really bothers me that we don't see her.
Yeah, that's interesting. I never really thought about that.
Especially since she's fighting against so many guys, like these white
That's such a common
dudes,
thing
and they're so much
though,
bigger.
where it's like you have like a character who's like not white, and it's like okay.
Yeah, that actually is like I was really excited when I saw her, and then I'm like, oh wait, it's first person.
You see her in like some of the actually it's actually funny because the old game had like these like cheesy like cel shaded cutscenes that were like really stupid looking. They look like insurance commercials.
Oh my god.
I shit you not, they literally just look like insurance commercials.
Oh, I'm glad they have a better budget now. Oh, did you die? I forgot that you died. Yeah, like it really like I guess like they wanted to do a first person, whatever. I don't know why anyone would ever want to do this, but
I thought I connected.
Is it cheaper to do a first person?
Cheaper?
Because you don't have to animate the
well, I
body.
think the whole point of the game is that it's like this parkour kind of thing.
Yeah.
So I see why.
Yeah, because then you're like, if you're just directing her, it's like less like, you're like literally flying.
Yeah, so
like that. That's
like,
a really like.
Yeah, it kind of has this like sort of nice, like whoa, like you kind of get like a little bit of a adrenaline.
Yeah, first person is. I think that's actually good for first person. I guess I don't really play much like quick time event type games.
Oh my god, I thought
she's cute. She's so hot. I wish we would get to see more of her.
Oh shit, are these like heavies?
Oh my god.
That's
Good luck to you.
so cheesy.
Wait, this is you?
Oh, what the heck?
Wait, you have
like,
no control.
Snapped a little bit.
This guy's scary.
That's really cool though. So they're introducing a heavier enemy, I'm guessing.
Oh my god, she has the dyed streak of hair thing. Does she have it?
I think
You know
so.
that like the
maybe she
shade
has
like
it. Yeah, I
Asian
know.
girl
I was
trope?
looking for it.
I feel like I don't know why I feel like that's such a discussion of like that trope. Maybe not. Maybe it's just the lighting.
Yeah, actually, I don't know if she does.
Yeah.
I think about it.
That is like a super like cliche like hairstyle, but
No,
I'm
it
sure
is.
it's okay.
It is, but I don't think she has the streak. This is
Why
where
do
we were
people design?
before.
There's so many Asian women that look like with that exact hairstyle in like an animation. It's actually wild. I never noticed until I saw like that post or whatever about it.
Oh, crap. We're not gonna have the momentum to make
Oh
that.
my god, dude.
So that's the whole thing. You're supposed to like keep up your momentum.
Oh, that's so fun.
Yeah.
Sorry I keep interrupting you.
No,
when you're
no, it's
talking.
cool. I love talking about this.
I guess I don't really know much about this kind of game.
Okay.
So what do you like about it?
Post something real fast. Yeah, then I'll mention.
I guess like sometimes when I'm like thinking about what I like about the way it looks, I'm also like, wait, this is like so expensive. So it's hard to be like judgmental of stuff like that. Like I don't want to be too judgmental of someone's design choices in a game like this. I think that's easier to do in animation. I guess I just hope that we meet people, but I don't think it's that kind of dystopia either. It's not like that kind of game, right? You're just kind of running around.
Yeah, so there's a lot of running. So you asked what I liked about this game?
Yeah.
I like the gameplay, honestly.
Phew.
Ooh, missed that.
I like that. I like that you can see your hands.
Yeah, so the thing about hands is like, it orients you in the world. So even the running hands, like even if you think it looks stupid, it keeps people from getting sick because it kind of like orients you. Watching first-person games, I do honestly get a little sick.
This is where you need momentum, right?
Yeah.
Dang it.
Huh. Okay. I'll have to.
I keep like forgetting that you've redone this because I can't really keep track of like.
Yeah, no, a lot of it looks pretty much.
It's because it all looks cool, but it all looks cool in the same way.
Yeah. It's like not super unique. I feel like they could. I don't know. Actually, a lot of it's shiny, but it's nothing to it stands out like in the way that the first game did. So.
Like you mean aesthetic wise?
Yeah. So it had a very distinct like this. Just Lamberts on everything basically is how I can describe it, but this game kind of like falls in line with a lot of the other ones. The only thing that really stands out to me are like these obnoxious colors, which like in any other game you'd be like, oh, that's kind of ugly or just like too much, but in this game it's sort of like serving this marker purpose, or it sort of like has this like, okay, like you know where
Okay,
you're
gotta
supposed
keep
to go.
going this time.
Yeah.
Phew. Yeah, yeah, I think it's maybe like they got more of a budget and then they just like went in a way with it.
Well, it's not even like the budget. It's like there's literally like rendering advances.
Yeah.
So it's like,
Oh,
we can
okay.
make it look nicer.
Yeah.
And now when I look back at the other game, it kind of looks like just sort of like a simulation or something. It doesn't feel like a city. It just
Yeah.
feels like something.
This I think like because they want to have like fun level design, they want to like have stuff for you to jump on and stuff. But I think that maybe I guess like it's hard, but I feel like I want it to be like harder to jump, like harder to find stuff. But you like the momentum. You
Oh
keep
yeah,
up.
so you can actually turn that off. I just have it on for right now because I'm
Oh,
still
I didn't
having
mean
trouble.
like that. I'm just like thinking about like the way they like put the city together.
What do you mean? Oh, just like
yeah, just the way it all
colors?
looks and feels, kind of. I think
That's
that's why, because it's so even, because you have to jump on it, you know, and that's why it's also even. Is because you have to be able to reach it.
Use elevator shafts. Oh, I see.
But like, see, this doesn't feel as even because it's like different. Maybe once they like switch up their gameplay mechanics more, it'll feel less.
Okay.
Ooh, pretty. I like this. Ooh, I like this. See, I like how it's like super blue here.
Yeah, I like when they let the lighting just take. Oops.
Yeah, I like
Take
the.
care of it instead of like everything being like super like one color or another. So like I like this also because you have like indoor outdoor light.
Yeah, I love that. I love that so much.
Yeah, so you kind of like see like the outside. It's like, is it day actually now?
Yeah, I think it
Actually,
is day.
like it was like dark earlier.
It's
So that's a
bothering-
weird transition because it seemed like it was super dark before.
Yeah, I think it is day in this bothering. I feel like it feels like super forced that she's like in this like retro city now that it's day. But
But I love like hot lighting from outside and then like seeing it sort of like leak in.
Yeah,
Hot
it
being
gets
like
purple.
blue, like Kelvin sort
it
of.
gets so purple. It's nice.
Yeah, and there's shafts there, so this looks kind of nice. Like I like some of these sort of things, and
Ooh, birds.
yeah,
Yeah, I'm so glad we're on the
it always
roof. I really wanted
yeah.
to
A
go
lot of this
outside.
game does this like whiteout kind of thing because yeah,
Yay! I'm so glad. Sorry, what were you saying?
it has like the whole city's supposed to be like white. And then you have these runners with like their like tattoos, so it's like supposed to be like this pretty obvious sort of color metaphor.
Like the grungy dark
Yeah.
versus the really slick white pure clean city.
Yeah.
Come on home.
Those clouds look kind of funky against that.
I think you can live.
Yeah, I was just kind of like looking.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. I like when they transition to something that looks like it's a cutscene and then something like, oh, it's playable. So
It's
this
cool.
is like sort of
Ooh,
weird.
I love the shadows.
autonomy.
Turn back, turn back. Ooh, so pretty.
Yeah,
I like how they did the shadows too.
that's nice. I want to do more cloud rendering.
That's really cool.
Ooh.
The pink is
It's kind
so
of cool.
nice.
You can see like more stuff.
Oh, there's people.
Um,
Yes, go down to the people.
oh, this is kind of cool. I like the structure here. Sometimes it's sort of hard to read a lot of these because they're all like the same color, but like some of these forms
Mhm.
are kind of interesting. Almost looks like origami or something.
Yeah, they're a little unreadable though.
Yeah, it's just difficult because they're all kind of like the same color, same value.
I think maybe like a stronger atmosphere would help because those ones.
Yeah,
in the
these ones
distance are really nice.
read pretty well, but a lot of the ones that are like closer to you are a little like harder to pick out. Yeah, I like
Oh, I
this
love this.
sky and those are popping in and out. Not exactly streaming very smartly, but they're popping because you typically just don't render them when the character's not looking at them, but
Oh yeah. I
pretty
see.
obviously.
Yeah.
Not really, I don't know. Maybe it's just my Xbox, but
Ooh, yes. Shoot. Aw. Oh, she's okay.
yeah.
Oh, I like
Sometimes-
this. I like this a lot.
Yeah.
It feels more like
Focus
a
shields.
natural obstacle course because there's so much random crap everywhere.
Yeah, no, I like how they, a lot of like good level design is meant to like make you feel smart, where like stuff, looks random,
Yeah.
but it's really easy to read,
Yeah.
a course through it, so, I think this game in the first one was like pretty minimal for the most part, so it's kind of cool because like this game they have a little more clutter and stuff, And in general, the first game kind of had like the same sort of like landmarks and stuff, which are easy to read. But I like how this one has like more stuff scattered about, and then uses key like stuff like features that you can read. But the colors are still pretty obnoxious.
Yeah.
But it's like a hard game to read because it's like first person.
I think if it was
like a little more you have to pay attention to. So yeah.
Yeah, I think if they didn't have the strong colors, I mean, I know I personally would take forever.
Yeah, and I think some of the fun and challenge is like turning off colors too. So
are you gonna do it, or are you gonna?
Not for my first playthrough. Oh, I missed that. Shit, what was?
Shit, I forgot to read it.
Oh well. I'll probably die and then we'll figure it out. I'm really bad at paying attention
Can't be late.
to video games.
Keep your speed up to play focus shield mirror.
Is it gonna like tell me to do it over again? This is really cool.
I
like this.
I was talking to the cat.
Yeah.
Oh wow.
That's gonna make me start over, which is okay. I just wanted to see some of those things.
Is it making you start over? Did you die?
Yeah, no, it's just a tutorial. Focus shield. So you build your focus shield, protects you from getting hurt in combat. That's nice. So it kind of like links the combat and the traversal gameplay a little more closely. So it's like, oh, if you do this thing, then it has like combat like bonuses. No, it's cool.
Wait.
Burst of acceleration that kickstarts building focus shield.
So you can like get better at fighting by like running more?
Well, it just like gives you like a bonus
Oh.
for like, or just like a shield or protection or something. You just have to like keep your speed up. So in the first game they just called this momentum, so a lot of jumps you couldn't make if you just like didn't have enough momentum or something. Or something sort of like that, I don't know. You probably could. Or you would like get shot if you like slowed down, so the whole idea is to like...
I really love that kind of shit. I really like it when you feel like you're really like... I don't like games when you like... Even if you make the same mistake, it doesn't matter. Like, I like it when like a lot of variety is based on just getting it right. Ooh, you got a trophy. But I mean, I don't really game ever, so...
What was that?
Oh, I don't know, I'm just rambling.
No, I love it. I was just like, not sure. I was just like trying to think. There's a lot of colors going on.
Oh, I like
here.
this.
So the other thing about Mirror's Edge is that the color tells you how safe you are.
Oh, really?
Yeah, so like you'd enter a building and it would be all these green panels. And it's also like super obvious stuff.
This place is really
and then
cool.
as soon as you get hit yellow, it's like caution.
Oh,
It's
really?
like, okay, so there's gonna be some guards maybe. And then when everything turns red, that's when you know it's like super dangerous.
That's so cool, I like that. I don't, maybe I won't like it later.
It was just like really, wow, a lot of these things are just popping. Just like, you probably wouldn't notice those things, but it bothers me, I guess.
It's interesting that you said this was dangerous because, like, this room is super warm and it feels homey. I actually felt safe when you first got in here.
I mean, it probably could be, but I just remember that from the old game. It's kind of nice how this like has some reflectivity. Is that screen space?
Yeah, well, this room feels super.
So there's like
safe.
screen space for reflectivity. You'll notice when I like go over here, you actually can't see the stuff reflecting because it's not on the screen. So it only reflects stuff that you can see on the screen. So, pro tip. Because otherwise, like, it would make sense for that reflection to still be there, kind of. At least I think so. I'm not sure. This is interesting too. There's a little more texture here. Like, this blanket is kind of like a little strong. I feel like, I wish I could zoom. Like the texture of that looks just like super rough. But from a distance, they read really well. It's interesting. They have all these bows and stuff. Your hands as she gets really close. But they keep popping.
What do you mean by popping?
So you see them like popping in and out, or like they're like appearing and disappearing.
Oh yeah.
So that's like another feature of like
that's
conserving.
Yeah, that's something I don't really
rendering.
notice when I play stuff though.
Yeah, I always have to like. That's the thing.
I guess unless like you do that for your like job, right? So you can't.
Yeah, this is my job. This is kind of cool. You get up here.
I really like picking up on stuff.
Yeah, oh, that's supposed to.
I love the mannequin dude. Can you punch him?
It's a nice ask. Probably not. I can probably touch him if I get close enough. Just kidding.
I feel like we're taller than him.
Creepy. Okay, so we could probably smash through this. Just
I
kidding.
think like the reason I don't really like playing games on like
Oh, we just hit X.
like on a console is because I feel like the camera is too much power. I hate it when I like don't know which way I should be looking.
It's tricky. That's like something that's tough with VR storytelling too.
Oh yeah, have you been doing a lot of that?
No,
Oh,
no,
she's
it's
so
just like,
hot. I
that's
love
just like
her.
a problem. I know she's hot.
She's
It's like how do we get the viewer to look at this thing? Because they can be looking at anything in the scene,
Yeah.
but we need them to be looking at this.
yeah. And that's why you keep thinking about like color and light and stuff. You keep pointing it out when we're talking about games, like the bright spots of light. Oh, she's talking about a friend of hers. Okay, sorry. I'll pay attention.
I thought it was her sister, but I don't know. I might have to like watch a Let's Play of it. Maybe it's someone else.
I was hoping we would.
Bad.
This guy sounds familiar. I wonder if he's in Uncharted or something. Maybe not.
And not that better than her, bitch.
I'll be here.
So grungy.
Their freaking jackets are so edge.
I know, they're super grunge.
It bothers me that his like thing is like unzipped at the bottom.
Yeah. I think her outfit's pretty cute,
Style.
actually.
Her outfit?
It's pretty goth, but
I like. You saw her outfit?
Yeah, it's
I
cute.
like her outfit too.
So I
This
never see
fucking
it.
hood thing I hate is
Yeah.
stupid.
Nice.
So I like this. The slants are kind of weird because I get what they're doing, but like it always bothers me seeing like scale like that in video games because it's so easy to like get scale wrong.
Scale?
Yeah, like a lot of old games and even like some current games by like people who aren't like super good at modeling, they tend to model stuff like this or like doors like super wide because they don't like have a good hold on like proportions. So as soon as I see this stuff,
Like the blinds?
Anyway, that's not like super important.
Okay,
I
I
love the
didn't notice-
lighting. I love the lighting in this room.
Yeah, I
this
guess
is
I
really
don't
nice.
notice because I think I've seen blinds like that, but...
Yeah, no, it's totally like a thing. But whenever I see,
No, you're
video
right. I think
games-
it's the couch that's bothering me.
This is the same couch, just with a different colored blanket.
Hi, baby.
It's like laying the same way.
Hi, baby.
This is really cool. I like some of like the this floor has like
Oh, yeah, I love that.
inlaid parts, and there's like you can kind of see the shadow in them.
I love that
so it's
design.
like-
It's so particular.
You can see like the fact that they have like a crease, and you can like I can almost like feel that crease. You know
Oh,
what I
it's
mean?
so good. I
like
love
you
that.
kind of like feel like you're walking over it, and it kind of gives it like some interest because otherwise this room is like sort of plain. So I feel like breaking it up kind of makes it feel.
I really like the
easy to
floor, but
read.
it's like fighting with the blind pattern. of
Yeah,
it.
it's a lot.
And I
It's a
think they're
lot.
both so
It's a little
good that I
busy.
wish they'd saved one of them for another time.
Yeah,
'Cause
I
I
feel
think
like there's a
other
lot of
places-
this like sort of like patchy like triangle.
Yeah, I think it's a
thing.
cool aesthetic, but I
Is
think
it
it
too
works for
busy?
like the ceiling. If you like, when you look up, I can see like a pretty good.
Yeah.
Like, oh, I love this.
So do you think it
But-
would be better without all this busyness?
Yeah, I think they should have
Yeah,
maybe
maybe.
done like thinner, like maybe
Thinner,
like
yeah.
I like
They're
the
really
lights,
strong.
maybe like just big windows.
A lot of this game is like sometimes just really hard to read because it's all like the same. Like there's forms are really strong, but then like the silhouettes and like colors tend to like bleed together.
Yeah, but I mean, I think this room is pretty interesting to look at. And it feels,
Trying to
I
tell
like it because it feels
experiences.
way more specific than any of the city we've been through.
Yeah, no, it's like definitely there's a lot more attention paid to these. Oh, I like this. My friend did something like this before, where it was like different
Is it
different
supposed to be
angles.
like art?
Yeah, but
This
it's
is
like
really-
shells, so it's like kind of functional.
This isn't like Bioshock or where you're like picking stuff up though. It's different than that. You're not like, that's not the point of the game, is to collect shit.
Oh, there's like a tablet. That's kind of cool too. I like details like that, like stuff that people would actually have in their homes.
Mm-hmm.
This is kind of interesting screen too. Like it actually, a lot of the stuff actually looks kind of functional, like I can see someone just like using something like this rather than just like random brain meter shit where it's like temperature and all these junk.
Yeah,
which is like
I'm like, no one cares about
I see
that.
what you're doing, but it's like more interesting to me seeing stuff that like is more familiar to like what people would be doing now.
I like those like coffee cups and stuff.
Yeah.
I like I think like multiple people live here. That's like the vibe they get.
Yeah, no, totally.
There's so many
it's
couches.
like
but
it
it's
has
like
a lot
the
of this
hideout,
like
right?
this vibe of like.
I think
a lot
it's
of
a well
things.
designed house actually.
Yeah.
The only thing that really bothers me is like the floor.
Right.
Just
It
because
is a
I
little
love the
strong.
floor, but I wish that they would choose a light or the floor.
Right.
I love this.
No,
room.
yeah, they have like a lot of the same angles and patterns and stuff, but I think they might be fighting. I just think.
Oh, that was weird. Yeah, I thought it like what do you call it when it like he pops and looks back?
Oh.
The carpet did that.
Did it?
Yeah. Yeah. See. Oh, that was the bed
yeah.
thing. That's
Oh,
interesting.
that's kind of.
That's weird because it's
So actually, what this is doing, I'm guessing, is just popping LODs. So it's like a level of detail. So it like replaces it with a lower density mesh.
so it's just like a generic.
And when you
bed,
get closer to it, and typically you do that in a way that the player can't really tell or can't see.
That one's just pretty obvious.
But it's like, it's like still popping.
Yeah, I don't like that.
It's weird though, because this one just like has like gets transparent. I don't know. It's just like popping in a really weird way. And sometimes what you do is you like start making them literally one mesh, and then they're like flat.
Yeah. Their style is like. Oh, I like the water stain.
Oh, this is her iconic one glove from the
Oh,
first
so
game.
cute. She's cool.
At least I think so. Or did she have both gloves? I thought it was like a one glove thing.
Did
but
she
I don't
change
remember.
outfits?
I think so. So this is like not the first time that they like shown her reflection, and I think it's kind of cool too because it's not like her exact reflection, which I think can be uncanny sometimes because you like see your character just like staring dead.
I think
into
that's
a
weird
thing.
because I like forget that it's my character and I'm like, oh gosh, that's.
But
her.
then like when you like see the character just like moving around in a way that's like that, it doesn't feel like it's you.
Yeah.
Like it just feels like a game
it doesn't
character.
feel like it's me. That's why it freaks me out.
It
When you
feels
look
like
at your reflection, you're like, oh my god.
it feels
that's
like a
her.
game character. So I think that they did this kind of like blurred out one because you're not seeing like Faith's dead eyes.
Yeah, you're not
It's just,
looking
like,
into her eyes like
you sort of
not-
like see this and it's like this like fractured up like texture.
Yeah,
so
because
it's,
when
like,
you have to look into her eyes, you're like, oh my gosh, I'm looking at myself. But you're like, wait, that's not me, and it's so strange.
Yeah.
You know? Yeah, I totally know what you mean. That's not something I ever
So
thought
I think
about
it's
that.
smart that they do that, but it's kind of
Oh, she
interesting
looks so cute.
that they have so many like reflections in this. But I guess it is sort of like the city that's like really reflective and like a lot of glass and stuff.
Baby. I'm trying not to get attacked by her. Oh, do you want to play games with me and Jay? Okay, do you want to play this game with me and Jay? I don't know how to do video games. I'm not playing the game, I'm just talking about what I like about it. It's cool. You don't have to.
I want to drop my schedule a little bit more. I'm waiting for the
Purchase
water to
speed
become
back.
cold.
Oh, okay. You can go ice in it too.
Oh, yeah.
I know.
Oh, I'm just waiting for like the
Category.
purified water too.
Alright, let's see.
It'll take like a couple hours probably. You can just put some ice in it. Sorry, I didn't mean to interrupt.
Open map. So this is interesting. The other interesting thing about this game is that it's open world. Whereas the first game was like linear. Supposedly, I don't know. I haven't gotten into the open world component yet. Map help to keep track.
Isn't everything open world now?
A lot of things, but it was such a narrative game, and all the levels were like designed to be like, oh, this is the beginning level, next level is a little harder, and they like add on it. So it makes sense for a game like that to like operate that way, but I think that was like one of the top criticisms. It's like, oh, if you have all these things, and there was like a lot of like levels that you could run again and do time trials.
Yeah.
But I think it's interesting like that there's the city, but we never actually get to explore the city. It's just
Yeah.
like this linear thing. So.
But the design was like something you liked. You said you liked the original game, right?
Yeah, I had a lot of fun with it actually, just because there's not a lot of games like that. It's actually interesting that there's a zombie game like this. It's literally the exact same kind of design, because you're parkour, but you have to like run away from zombies, and they're super slow. So if you like keep up your speed, then the zombies won't catch you. And it's called Dying Light, and I kind of want to try it, but I'm a baby.
Yeah, that's true.
I'm 5. Place it to a waypoint. So I'm guessing this is the waypoint. All right, go talk to Birdman.
Oh, I forgot what we were trying to do. We're talking to Birdman.
Yeah. It's interesting because I wonder if they like designed all of the city to be runnable, like mostly along like your main objectives, or if it's like everything's like designed to be like super traversable. Because it's tricky. You can't just like have like a city. You have to like make it traversable and accessible.
Yeah. I want to stack the guys, girls more. I want other girl characters.
Yeah. In the first game, there's one who's like pretty important. You know, I feel like I have to like read the wiki or something because I like forget.
Salt Winds, that's your name.
Salt Twins, because it was
Salt
me and
Winds.
Liz.
Aw. The original model of this. Baby. How's the cat?
How's what?
How's the cat?
Yeah, so I'm really
Yes.
into kind of like this sort of
Don't show it,
reflection.
not in the light. Okay.
And it looks cool too because you like see this like offset. So like each brick has like a different way of reflecting, which is kind of cool. That's a nice touch. So like this
Thanks,
texture
baby.
has like an offset for like each one of these.
Yeah.
Sorry,
I got distracted by my beautiful girlfriend.
I got distracted with this cool shader. So I think that's kind of cool.
I got distracted by my girlfriend. Oh, I like the water stain. That's cool.
I wonder if the reflection will just. Yeah, that's really cool. I like that they have that and it's reflecting.
Reflection.
the
You're really
character.
into that reflection.
Well, it's just like
Oh.
interesting to me because a lot of games don't have reflections, and
You've been
for a
thinking
good
about
reason.
that.
So when I see reflection, it's like, okay, there's got to be a reason that they're using this reflection.
Mm.
And that's just a rendering thing. Like anyone else, like looking at game analysis or whatever, probably wouldn't care. But to me, like I'm like, if I see that, and then it's like, okay, like there has to be a design decision or something, a reason that you'd want this, because otherwise I would not do this. So.
Yeah.
This is a jukebox? That's always novel. I love how you have like dystopian games and they have like something old or like,
Is that pretty common?
I don't know, just like, well, this is obviously like
Oh, but
just
it's
to
a
play
shoes
music,
song.
but
Oh,
oh, that's her shoes. Oh yeah, so this is the outfit that she has
she looks cute.
in the original game, or pretty close to it. I don't know if it's the exact same.
She lost her like goth jacket, but I think her new look is good
Yeah,
too.
no, it's like more functional because like the other one, she just got out of prison.
Who's
Nice
this
try,
guy?
kid. Punk.
This is where you sleep up here. I love like going through people's bedrooms and stuff.
Yeah, it's always really fun. Okay. This
I like
hallway's
this is
kinda
cool. I
weird.
like this. I like it. It's weird, but I like it.
I like it because it looks like you're supposed to just like be walking on the fucking vents.
Yeah, I like that. a
It
lot.
definitely gives it this feel of like being kind of. So I wonder if this waypoint thing. Oh, this is cool. I like how this is like.
Ooh, I love
open.
this. I love this.
You're like going back to this and then like going out.
Can we go out there? Yeah.
Yeah, I wonder if like what the waypoints does is basically just gives you that thing towards the thing,
Ooh,
place you're going.
Slick.
This
I
is
like
so
that.
pretty, yeah. And it's cool too
Reflection.
because it has. Well, yeah. It's
I think the
doing-
pop, like you said, it was called popping, right? I think it works as it does for like a reflection.
Well, what this is doing is a screen space reflection, so it will only reflect what's on the screen. So when you see I look down,
Yeah, that's
it's not on
cool.
the screen, so it's just cheaper. Like
But-
it's just a cheap
Yeah,
reflection.
but it also works here because that's how reflections work in real life too.
No,
'cause-
I think you would still see the the
Yeah, I
reflection.
think that you can still
So
see
it's
a little.
just a cheaper way of doing
Okay.
it.
I just thought it
Um,
was cool.
But it like looks really pretty when you can see like all the reflection, and it has like this mottled sort of look. So you can almost like tell that this is glass, or like really, but it's like kind of worn.
Yeah.
Like there's like a little bit of like a pattern to it. It's not like perfectly smooth. So I feel like that gives it more lived-in look than like some of the other designs.
Oh man, that's so much. It's like really
That
day.
blue is like really out of there.
It's really day.
Some of it looks so kind of plasticky and fake. I wish there was more atmosphere.
I wasn't getting
This is
that
really
same
pretty though
feeling.
too.
Ooh yeah, slide, slide, slide.
Whoop.
Yes,
I keep feeling I have to punch everyone.
hot.
Oh.
Is she
They have
your
to
girlfriend?
kiss.
Is this your girlfriend? I hope we get to date her. Can you romance people in this game?
No.
Dang it. What's a good game to romance people?
I don't know, Dragon Age?
Let's do that.
Or BioWare?
Bye.
Dogen. I haven't been paying attention at all to any of the plot stuff.
Yeah. I kind of don't feel like it's that important.
It's kind of, I don't feel super compelled by it. Oh, I see where we're supposed to go.
I think it's hard to do important plot when you can't see the main character though.
No, I feel like you do see a lot of her just like in the cutscenes. So it's
Yeah.
like meant to be only present like.
But it's weird because when I was playing like Breath of the Wild with my friend, I really cared about the story. Like I really wanted to find out what was going on.
There were some people who I like met who felt like sort of the opposite. It was kind of like something that they didn't feel super attached to. They just want to like explore the world. It was kind of interesting. Am I supposed to punch these dudes? I can't tell who I'm supposed to fight.
Leave them alone. Don't hurt them. Yeah, but I'm not really that interested in the story.
Yeah, this one, the only thing I'm really interested in is the character, just because, like, it's supposed to be an origin story, so I'm kind of curious.
I think this world is kind of fun, and I like the. I think I'd like the mechanic if I was playing. I like watching you figure stuff out. It's like a puzzle kind of.
Yeah. What? Did I do that right? Oh, I see. Ah, fuck.
But yeah, the plot I haven't really been paying attention to.
I wonder if you're allowed to go this way. Oh.
But you said it is like an
fun.
origin story, but I don't really know much about the sequel. So, if people want you to get up some on the dumpsters.
Okay, I think I see you over there. It's interesting too because you see this like little thing, and it's typically done in like games where you want to like find like a secret or something. Huh.
You want to get to the dumpsters.
Oh, I see. Wait, yeah, you're right. Huh. I feel like I need to see that again. Cool. Okay.
That was
It's tricky.
close.
Yeah.
Yeah. She got it. I'm so proud of her.
It's a little tricky. Some of these things aren't like super like flow.
Ooh.
It's kind of cool.
That's
Some
important.
Just, like,
Grab
drop
it.
there.
Can you grab it?
No.
Oh, you can't
It's
grab
just
it.
like just meant to give you some light in there.
Ooh.
I love this because I just want to go for it, but obviously we're supposed to go this way. It's kind of cool because
Good.
I like this because it gives you the sense of the city. Like there's more
I like
to
this.
it. Like there's like options. Are we going this way? I
Can
actually
you?
can't
Well, you
tell.
should try.
I think we're
Ooh,
supposed to
birds.
go in here. Oh, here we go. Follow the red. Who was saying you talked to Birdman, one of the first runners in the city, an old friend supposedly gets a few hoops here to jump in order to prove skill. Okay, so more tutorial. I might stop soon just because I have to get up super early.
You want to have to get up?
I don't know, but my friend recommended we get in at like 7:30.
Oh my gosh. Okay, I should sleep soon.
Thought you were taking a nap. Is that what old people do?
Careful with that mouth, girl. I guess 2 years of peace and quiet is all I get.
Yeah, I missed you too.
No one wanted me to test you. I told them I'd do no such thing. But I have a dash for you. Enough to test yourself.
Well, that's good.
I've already
Oh.
finished. Alive, you get off of me.
He likes birds.
And rats with wings.
Oh, cute.
Leave me alone.
She likes birds too.
They're useless.
I forgot.
What's your virtue?
I love the blue in this game. I don't know.
Now off with you. Show them other runners that you got your uses too.
Okay, so I might stop after this and
Good
then
to have you back, girl.
pick it up later after I read some things. This is really fun though.
Oh, you're talking to me? Oh, sorry.
I'm also talking to the stream, but
It's me.
yeah, I'm talking to you.
Yeah, I like talking about games.
Do you want to like do it again some other time? Yeah, I feel like it'd
Yeah,
be
it's
fun.
interesting. I don't really have that much to say though.
You do. You totally do.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's really fun to like talk about dystopians, and I'll probably be talking about visuals. Maybe I'll show up about
Yeah,
them.
but I
for
think
2
like the
seconds.
gameplay itself is like not something
I
that
love
would
this blue
necessarily lend
so
itself
much.
to talking to people. Like I feel like I mean I like the people you're talking to,
Yeah.
but I mean it's not like that kind of gameplay
Yeah,
anyway.
it's meant to be definitely about these main characters and their organization. blah,
So
blah,
I
blah.
can't even be as hard on it because it is like much just like experience.
Yeah.
Well, something where you like are exploring a little more. I would definitely be more on like how we're talking to NPCs, how we're
Right.
interacting. But there's not that
Yeah.
much exploration.
Right.
Even though it is open worlds, I don't really feel as inclined to explore. Basically, well, I'm not
I
playing.
kind of do. Well, mostly it's like a traversal thing, so it's kind of like important that there's like the A to B. The actual exploring itself isn't super interesting. Just like the fact that you can get around it and like pull all these like cool momentum tricks or whatever.
Mhm.
Anyway, I
Right,
just
it
want
was-
to talk about this guy. I love how they push the blue in it because it just like feels like really clean and like warm, and I can just like feel that.
It doesn't really feel dystopia here, but I like
Yeah,
it.
well, it's not exactly. It's meant to be quote unquote like a utopia. So like, I feel like that kind of like helps push it.
It's good because it started out so gritty, but this is nicer, I think.
Well, yeah, it's supposed to be like this is the underworld, and then here's like
No, I think that
the city that you run.
I like
in.
that contrast.
Yeah, that's cool.
Yeah, I think it would have bothered me to be super
So this
underworldy
is-
the whole time. But
So this is
nice.
what the first game looked like all this except like super clean and didn't look as lived in. So it's kind of interesting that they start you like, hey, here's this world, but feels more lived in, and like
Yeah,
people. So they're kind of like showing off what's different about this game as soon as you like.
Yeah,
see
what
it,
I was
so.
talking about earlier of like how like, oh man, I don't see how people could live this. Like that only bothers me if I don't see like the contrast. I'm like, okay, I see how people are living,
Right.
and like also I don't see if it's like a dystopia type where people are like drinking the Kool-Aid, you know, they're like, oh, I'm like pro it. I wanted to see why people would be like for the dystopias, like, cause it's nice and clean
yeah,
and
no,
good.
to me that's like important
You know?
too. Yeah.
And so I think like I'm like okay, I'm like feeling dystopia a little more now that we have this. I think it's good that they showed us like that kind of underworld now, because
Right.
I believe it more now.
Yeah, I like this blue. See, like this white against this blue just feels like super hot and like all those contrasts.
You're
to me
really
are,
into
like-
color, dude.
This game is like
I like
all
the
about
orange.
color, so I like.
I love-
Yeah, they're like primary colors. I actually do like this.
It's a
Like,
great orange.
but they're very like, here's our colors, and then they just like use those ones, and it's like.
Yeah, it's like pretty. It'd be mean to say local because there is so much light, but I do feel like they choose like a color
It's very
for the scene
obvious.
and go with it.
Yeah. Okay.
It doesn't feel like super like natural, but that's okay.
doesn't.
I don't really mind. Like the place,
Yeah,
like the
yeah.
house. I was like, I know this is like yellow and they chose yellow, but
Right.
whatever.
Yeah.
I'm
It's just
cool with
like
it.
it's just like really interested. Okay, I'm gonna stop you here.
Yeah, let's talk more later. I like talking about games.
Yeah,
like
we'll have
art.
lots of games to talk about.
I like talking about art at least.